until he could not work anymore. He worked at the mill in Lincoln, and because of the heat, he like passed out one day, like driving heavy equipment. He's like, okay, I think I need to stop working, you know, because he was old, you know. But like my dad worked so hard in a pretty crappy job, like super physical, very dangerous, hard conditions, and I never heard him complain. Literally, he worked for, I mean, probably 60 years, you know, and I never heard him complain about the work or about coworkers or about bosses or about anything. And my dad, which is so rad, I didn't know this growing up, but he really has a way with people, and I know I learned that from him. He loved everyone, because he did work his way up and was like a shift, you know, supervisor or something. But there's all these young men in Auburn, especially Forest Hill, that'll be like, oh my gosh, Gino, and that's my dad, his name's Gene, but the people that loved him called him Gino, and a lot of them were young boys, you know, but he treated people well and excellently, and he was very, very kind to all sorts of people that he worked with. And I know that I got that from him. So as I'm going through my journey, I literally just worked hard. I had a great attitude. I got along with my bosses, my coworkers, and I just kept gaining skills and going on to the next thing. And I did so many different things. I worked for the county. I worked for a CPA office. My uncle gave me a big break one year and let me be his secretary at his insurance agency. And then I worked for a law office. I mean, I literally have done so many things. And so when it came time for me to apply to be a franchisee with Dutch Bros, literally I did not qualify on paper, because, you know, this was old school. Like, this is really early Dutch Bros. Now things are very different. But it's like you have to qualify. You have to have money. I had no money. You had to have experience, you know, with accounting. I didn't, but I'm like, oh, when I worked at that CPA office, you know, I think I opened QuickBooks, you know. But literally all my life experiences prepared me for applying for Dutch Bros. And the most important thing, they interviewed us and they liked us. Of course, I'm so likable. Like, I'm a nice person, you know. But the reality is, you guys, like, how we treat people it compounds over life. Like, I've been in Auburn, I was gone 10 years, but literally today, even this is an example of how relationships compound, is I literally put a text out, or I put a post on Facebook, and so many people didn't get to adopt people this year. Probably 25 people wanted to adopt more. I mean, I say adopt. One lady's like, "Did we really adopt them?" Oh no, just buy Christmas presents. But you know, it's because I don't know. I just want, the most important thing I would want to communicate to you guys about my life and me. I mean, I took Dutch Bros, and not just me, like my ex-husband and I did it together for a long time. And now it's just me doing it. But we took it from 12 employees, and now I have 220 employees. Like, we took it from, like, we barely made $1,000 a day, you know, like we make, you know, millions and millions and millions of dollars, you know, in this company now. And I don't say that like, you know, who cares? Like, literally, who cares, you know? But what I, like, my kids are here, and like what I want them to know about my life, and they've lived it, you know, but it's the same thing that I would want you guys to know about my life, and that is, I think it's okay that it's not easy. My life has not been easy, and my journey in business has not been easy. I had a hard start. Even starting Dutch Bros was very difficult. We thought it would be easy. It was not. Last year, I mean, it's like I keep thinking things are going to get easier in life. And a couple of years ago, like, I was, I hate to say victim, but victim of wire fraud, and my company lost $850,000. It was just an Auburn Journal, so relax, you know. I'm like, thanks for telling everybody. But literally, that's crazy. Like, I'm literally like, okay, number one, can I continue to pay for my kids' college? Yes, okay. That, like, I literally had a list of things that's like, I've got to pay for my kids' college first. I got to pay my mortgage second. I got to, you know, like, I did not know it was going to happen. Literally, poof, in one day, poof, $850,000 was gone, which is a huge deal. And I know that sounds like a ton to you, and it is. But for me, I was opening shops. I had people to pay, you know, like I have payroll to pay. Like if one of those things doesn't happen, I could lose my business. And so, like nothing in my journey has been easy, and I've had so many hard things that have happened in my life and still, you know, happen. But so much of life is how you respond, you guys. And I'm so thankful that when hard things have happened in my life, my kids have seen me go through a couple very hard things in the last 5 years. And I think there's a beautiful way to handle everything in life, even the really, really hard stuff. And for me, it's gonna always be about assuming the best about people. And I was thinking about it today, and like, you guys are such a diverse group of people, which I freaking love, because this is like my employees, you know, like you can live in this super insular, like I grew up in Forest Hill, you know, I basically knew one type of person, Placer, you know, maybe I knew a few different types of people, but I chose to live a pretty insular life, you know, with people that looked like me, thought like me, life choices like me, you know, my religion, all those things. And then as I've grown up, I've realized, like, there's so many things in life you can't choose. You know, like I go to the bank to get a loan. Like I had to go get a $5 million loan. No big deal. And like I don't get to choose who the banker is. I have to have a relationship with this person. I don't have to. I get to. And you know, my employees, like the biggest thing that's grown me in my life, besides my children, are my employees. Like, I mean, I have the widest range because I mean, 225 employees. You know, like. The most important thing, I don't care anything about who my employees are, except I care how they treat people. And I love people. I mean, so that's it. Like everyone says, what's the secret to Dutch Bros success? Or how do you find such happy employees? Has anyone been to Dutch Bros? Raise your hand, I want to see. Give me some props. Okay, I love that. Anyone that hasn't, I'll hook you up, okay? Most people feel like my employees are pretty happy, right? Like they're pretty positive, they're caring. And that's all I care about in my employees and in my life. Like I only want to surround myself with people that love all people and treat every single person with respect. But that's been my challenge as an employer. You know, like I've had to hang out and be around kids. I mean, my kids kind of rock the boat, you know, like in the sense of like, hey mom, I don't really agree with what you're saying, you know, and it's like, oh snap, what? Like, how am I gonna respond? Am I gonna be like, bitch, please shut it down, you know, like, listen to your mom, you know? No, it's like, oh, help me understand why you feel that way. And I think that's just so important in life, you guys, like being curious instead of being judgmental, you know? And because so many different, anyway, so that's just the best thing in my life with my business is my employees. And they've challenged me, they still challenge me. Like I just had an employee, like a high up employee, kind of challenged me about something I did. And like this week, and I was like, and it was literally like, we had a huge party, Christmas party, and we had an agenda of what was planned, what we're gonna say, you know, because we're speaking. And I riffed, because I riff, you know, it's what I do. And it's my company, so I'm gonna do what I wanna do. I'm gonna say what I wanna say, when I wanna say it, you know? And that's kind of my attitude, you know? And then she's like, Heather, I just want you to know that made me very anxious that you went off script. Because I thought I was supposed to speak, and I had everything planned out in my mind, how I was gonna do it. And you were like doing your own thing. And in that moment, I had a choice. You know, and I could have been like, girl, like this is my business. I'm gonna say what I want, you know, what I want. And I was like, and I'm so thankful. And the reason I responded the way I responded is because, like, I've done the work to change. You know, I've done the work thanks to my kids and my friends and different people. I've done the work to be a different person today than I was 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. So I responded to her and I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you, I'm growing, you know. But I was like, oh my gosh, I did not even think about that. And I'm so sorry. And guess what? When we have our next meeting, let's totally like, let's work on that together, and I'll stay on, the script for you. Because you know what? Other people's feelings matter. Even though I don't get it, I'm not that way. Like, I can riff, I can be flexible, but her feelings matter, and her perspective matters. And you know what? I can change. It's literally not a big deal to change. And so I guess to wrap all this up, I just want to say to you guys, I share my story every year. I don't always share in detail, and I didn't share a lot this year, but because I want you guys to understand anything is possible in life. And it's not just about success financially, but anything is possible, even who you can be as a human. Like, I have, and I just want you to know that. Anything is possible. And I'm literally just a girl from Forest Hill with high school dropout parents, with a 9th grade education. My daughter was the first female in my family to ever graduate from college. I didn't even get to graduate from college. But anything is possible. And so much power is in your hands. Like, we can't choose our family. We can't choose how we were raised. But at this age in your life, you guys can choose a lot. You can choose how you want to show up in this world, what kind of human you want to be. You can choose to take risks, go apply for jobs. We were just talking about jobs. It's happening. So much power is in your hands. And I hope you guys know that to the depths of your soul, that you can do anything. And maybe for you guys, it's graduating from high school. Maybe you might be the first person ever graduated from high school. Excuse me. Whatever it is, I need to end because I'm joking. I do want to say in closing, a huge favor you can do to me, you guys, is to write a thank you to the people that bought you gifts. And these are literally, again, these are my friends that do this every year. Like, it's my friends, and people that, again, they don't know you, but they believe in you. Like, they think you're worth investing in. And they want you to feel loved and valued today and always, And so please take a minute and just thank them. These are people that literally do it every year. Like this year, literally every single year. There's people that have done it every single year. And people text me every year now. So as a favor to me, please do this. And do it well. Maybe tell them a little bit about yourself. But please just thank people well. So if you could do that for me, that'd be great. And so you guys, I think you're the best. And I always tell, and I want to say, I do this for the teachers. Like, I think the teachers here at Confluence I know them all personally, but I think they're the most incredible humans on the planet. And if I had to change careers, thank God I don't have to, like, this is where I would want to work. I would want to be here at Confluence, because I think we share the same hearts. And Joey's not here, but he's one of my good friends. We share the same heart. Like, we see so much value in you guys, and they could teach anywhere, but they're choosing to teach here. And so, as always, I'm so appreciative of everyone that's here at Confluence, and I hope they have the most relaxing, restful break. And I hope that for all of you guys. So anyway, thanks for listening. Love and appreciate you guys.